MCs get wrecked for my lack of respect because of no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked for my lack of respect because there is no competition. There is no competition. Competition is none. God bless the child who sparks it off like the sun. I clash like the Titan, took him harder than the Kraken. Stole by the head of Medusa. Beat this maneuver. Styles of brains of challenges like the industrial Hoover. I get them open like butt cheeks on a porno freak. Have them screaming something terrible like sorority grease. I be the greatest killer of all time. These mustache getting bouts to leave him KO on couch longer than Rip Van Winkle. With a flash, furious tongue that clashes clay like Cassius Hinkle. I land on them seas like abandoned islands. Sending out SOS, some old shit you ain't heard before. Leave the fifth mark, you're soft as Birdman. I hit homers and run like OJ, spilling a Bronco on the highway. Boy, you lying MCs sure are dandy, so I cross-pollinate to make you daffy lying pussy. Willowing in a field of crabgrass ass rappers. Tell them to run, oh my God. Here comes Kim Law.
Go tell your mama.
This little old man on the liquor tom-tom, he's got mad flavor, boy.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children, and why you call yourselves the children of the sun?
Women, but the most important goddesses were black Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath. Take it.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink.
Take a breath. Take your breath.
Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink
or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink
or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink. 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 Drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move. Stay healthy, family. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink your water.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be my neighbor? What's up, fam? Oh, my God. Oh, man, that water. Man, listen, family. Remember the rules. We come together. We gather. We drink our water. We drink our health drink. We do some movements. We even take breaths together. Bringing everything in tune so that our ancestors can bless us during the day. Work with us during the day. Man, I had a nightmare last night. Right? That everybody was being possessed. It was crazy. Certain people were possessed. And the only thing that could make them stop was me calling on the ancestors, but I had to believe it first. I couldn't just say Ashe, or I had to call on it. I had to believe it, because they was whooping my ass until I had to finally decide that my ancestors were real. So then it started working sometime. Then when I really, I ain't got no other choice. I got to depend, because the bullets ain't stopping this shit. These motherfuckers is coming. And I started doing it in the name of my ancestors, using the term Ashe. And the other words that we do, boom, people start snapping back into where they was. I got a lot of bruises and shit. But hey, I'm just telling y'all, family, listen. We got to believe in what we do, and we got to keep telling the narrative about how powerful, how intricate our ancestors are in our lives. Our lives are built up on history. Not just the history of our people, but even more important to you, the history of your family and the stories that you tell yourself about you and your family. And since many of us don't talk about those stories, we don't have no story. As a matter of fact, we turn the pen of life over to somebody else to write our narrative. We turn the pen of life over for others to write our narratives. And of course, since Gye-Nyame Journey is a media tribe, right? Every tribe forms up around something, right? You know what I'm saying? Some used to form around yams and corn and other staples. We decided to tribe up around intellectual property, media, shit that we could create. I could roll up out the bed and be sick as fuck and still be able to do this. I was born for it. I was built for it. It don't matter how many people stop in to watch. The fact is that, on the internet, I could say I'm one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent individual on this internet platform, on this digital circle, on this digital fire that we gather around. Rain or shine, sick or well, fasting or feasting, broke or pocket full of money, empty bank account or bank account full. Well, I ain't never had the full bank account experience yet, but I'm working towards it. It's a goal. It's a goal. So, family, I want to thank y'all for joining us once again. And hopefully the sound is good and everything is good. We're gonna have us a little toast and talk because I got some extra time today. Because I don't know whether I talked with y'all about this before or what, but I had to kind of sit back a little bit today. Because it's some stuff that I got to handle that, it's like I just wanted to lay down. I just wanted to lay down. So my whole weekend was laying down and indulging in different things. You know what I'm saying? But I got some stuff to share with y'all today, and we got some discussion because we got a timeline full of little news articles that I posted up. And then, of course, some of y'all going to have some stuff that y'all want to talk about, and I'm going to open up the lines after we get done with the toast. All right? But I got a new digital product that I'm going to share with y'all. Because it's partially done. I got a little bit more work that needs to be done on it. And, of course, all those that are G&J supporters, and as a matter of fact, we need to get our G&J support up because a lot of people is falling off, fam. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We was at 20, right? We was at 20. Now we done fell to about 15, maybe lower than 15. I'm sitting up here like, wow, what I do? Am I offending people? Do I offend y'all? Please let me know. Let me know what we doing. I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting you what you need. I'm trying to bring some value into your life, right? So let me go and put up the G&J Media support. Let's do that right real quick. Y'all can share it with your friends. Those in Gye-Nyame Journey, y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it. G&J Media .support. G&J Media .support. Let's get it up. We want to get 100 before Kwanzaa. We on month 9. You know what I'm saying? Month 9. Wow. It has been a year of growth for us, undoubtedly. Our numbers have grown. Our support has grown. But I'm like, yo, let's push the envelope. Let's get it moving. Let's get it growing. So, shit. Because it would be a wonderful thing to have some G&J Media, in a sense, employees, you know what I'm saying, that's funded by the community. Other people get on here, other than Brother Hatim, and get up on here and just speak the real to you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here come the cat. He trying to take over. He took over my other show now. Now you want to join us for the toast. No. But I'm kind of in a situation like Kwame, because I'm looking at him and I'm wondering if this is just a possum with makeup. Don't even know if it's a real cat, because these animals be pimping, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know whether Kwame's dog a real dog or a squirrel, and I got a cat over here, and sometimes I'm wondering if he a possum. Because they hard to tell apart. A possum put on a little bit of makeup, do his hair. You don't know. Squirrels could do the same things. We don't know. We don't know. In a world full of conspiracies and finding out that there's a Bigfoot out here eating dogs and cats, you know what I'm saying? We need to be careful about who we let in our circle, including the animals. They could be working for the man too. You aspire, you working for the feds? Huh? You not here gathering information? I don't know. Come on up here, Wally. The world want to see who you are. Come on. World, I introduce you to Wally. You got something you want to say? Huh? No? Okay. Go on about your business. Possum. I call him Wally Trump because he's orange. I think he's a Republican too, by the way, a conservative. Conservative cat. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I come up to the porch, he acting like he don't want to have nothing to do with me until he can find some use out of me, like letting him out early in the morning when I get up to do my walk. But other than that, he ain't got no use. He ain't got no use for me. Just, like a politician. After the vote, he ain't got no use for you. I already won. You done put food in my bowl. I don't need you no more until the next time I need food. Then I just come and, sing Amazing Grace or something like that and get you to put more food in my bowl, Come and chastise you and make you believe that all the ailments that's going on in your community is your fault. It's all you. You're just lazy. You ain't doing nothing. But let me tell you, family, a lot of y'all out there doing a lot, and y'all know it. Y'all know it, and things just ain't lining up. They just are not lining up. Right? So, hey, keep on the grind. And we're gonna knock this mountain down into a molehill. You know what I'm saying? Because more and more, I'm hearing more and more people discussing this whole concept of reparations. And man, I'm trying to tell y'all, because as they say, the debt is the debt. You could talk around it. You could talk over it. You could talk under it. But the debt is the debt. Right? Motherfuckers come after us when we owe money. Regardless of whether we intend to pay or not. The debt is the debt. So we got to get some balls about us and let motherfuckers know the debt is the debt. You could justify, you could try to justify and switch up all you want. But the debt is the debt. Just that simple. All right, so let's go and do this toast or this libation and move forward. All right, here we go. Let's go to our screen. Drink and pour your water. So, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to try that cola nut. You got the cola nut sitting up in there. We got that cola nut ambrosia. It's kind of tight today. And it wasn't an inspiring pop. Come on, man. Maybe I'll stop and buy some more corks today. I don't know. But for those that might want some ambrosia, I forgot about Brother Joe. He wanted some ambrosia. I need to get in contact with him. I ain't picking with your dog, Kwame. I'm just asking. I'm just asking questions of a concerned brother. Do you have somebody over there taking advantage of your kindness? You know what I'm saying? Just like I got to wonder, is this cat over here taking advantage of my mama? You know what I'm saying? Is it really a cat? First off, let's identify. Got to identify, is it a real cat? And I have to ask the question, is that a real dog? And then we need to find out what the agenda is. Are you really here to serve and protect? You know what I'm saying? Or you just here to take advantage? Moment. You know, but we're going to raise our glass up right now. We saluting the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lifting up our glass and we saluting that creator. And we going to say the word of power. Ashe. From there, family, where we going? Y'all know where we going. We going to our list of our ancestors. I'm going to try to go as far as I can. And then we will pick up the list and we'll carry on for those that are new here. Whether you're listening live or whether you're catching it later, family, if you post it up, it'll ding me and let me know so that I could go and start adding the names to the list. I saw one come across yesterday that I didn't write down, and it was Charles Stevens Jr. Trying to wonder if they're on the list already. I think it was Charles Stevens Jr. I'll be trying to be up on it, family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can't stop right in the middle. But if you have ancestors that you would like to put on the list, by all means, go and post them up, because that's what this show is for. We salute these ancestors, then we get into some discussion and some fun and some arguing and disagreements and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, without any further ado, the stars of the show. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Chris Fanny Gasson, Annalena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvara Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, No More Exa, Pet Meyer, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, The Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bell Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Gail Pullian, the Luxter brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Jerry Brunson. Oh my God. I have to start over. I'm sorry. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Chris Pendergast, Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvara Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, No More Exa, Pet Meyer, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Gail Pullian, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jonathan Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Major Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Evelyn Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keacher Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Bass, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hannah Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Ella Fuller, Eugene Jackson, Eugene Jackson, Eugene Jackson, Eugene Jackson, Eugene Jackson. Eugene Jackson. Yes, you shouldn't have people on it that hasn't passed yet. Eugene Jackson. I stopped. Okay. Let me find it. I'm down below. Elder Eugene Jackson. Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amica Russell, Denny Mine Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Janet Callahan. Then we have William Walter West, Nigel Parrish, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanner Bay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Calvin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ethan Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Luke Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Fred Stevenson, Louis Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, May Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Miss Albers Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javed McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Marco Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We are moving to the Black Book. We have Jordan Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Dermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Semple, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sonny Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Knuckle, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Chandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, We have Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkoma, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey. We have Victor Bolton. We have Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, J.L.R. Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton. We got William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth the Don, Sabre Winston, Chris Kenny, Margaret Minter. We got Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesland, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera Reed Fisher, Jerry, Jocelyn McCallum, also known as Mama Moon. We've got Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donald Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, and Ira Branson, Eric Winston, Nation Builder Darren Bridges. We have Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny, and we got Charles Stevenson Jr. Family, we lift up our glass once again. We have successfully made it through our list. We lift up the glass in celebration, and we say, Ashe. All right. From our ancestors, we move directly to the present moment. Family, right now, we are on Umoja. Man, it is a great Umoja. I wish you all a great Umoja. Once again, family, as I usually do, I ask you to turn on or become conscious in the use of your reticular formation, right? The part of the brain to help you single out specific things. And I want you to get out and I want you to search for our principles because they're out there, they're active. We just miss them because in many ways we have been programmed to overlook our stuff and to look out for other people's stuff. So first off, we need to get out there and we need to go and find our principles. All right, for those that don't know and don't understand what he's talking about, why he talking about today, and the principle is a very simple thing you can do. You can go straight to our e-course. Make sure I put it up here correctly. You go straight to our e-course. It's at freegnjecourse.com. You can find out what we're talking about. We discuss why we decided to take over the week. You know what I'm saying? If we was going to have a symbolic victory. I believe that one of the major symbolic victories that we need to have, if we're going to take some symbolic victories, is taking over the week. So we have done that here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We have taken the days of the week and we have incorporated our principles. So instead of saying the days of the week that you've been taught, right? We unteaching those, and we're reteaching our principles. Because days of the weeks, like your name, is something that you hear over and over again. So we want to surround ourselves with the sounds of our culture. We want to surround ourselves with the thoughts of our culture so that we can start influencing the reality that we exist in. Right now, the reality that we exist in has been mentally or what's the term I used earlier? I can't think of it. The ideas that surround us are not culturally affirming. They are not created by us. So what we need to make sure we start doing is start incorporating our thoughts and our ideas in empowering every moment of our day. So when you get an opportunity, when somebody say Monday to you, you think Umoja. And what that means? Umoja means unity. Is unity going on around me? Is there anywhere in my community that unity is going on around me? Is unity going on around me in my workplace? Is unity going around me in my school space? Is unity present anywhere around here? There goes some unity right there. Let me take a picture of that. Let me discuss that. Let me write about that so that we can start incorporating our principles and by you sometime taking the time to identify it. You give other people, one, permission to do it, and two, you give them ideas about where to look for it at. Because our principles have always been around. You know what I'm saying? I remember during college, we practiced unity all the time. We just didn't call it that. You know what I'm saying? All of us, broke as we could be, all of us piling up in the house. You know what I'm saying? To save money as well as be around our friends. Unity. Rent time come, in most cases, unity. Time to eat, unity. Well, we didn't express it as that then, you know what I'm saying? But now we got the words to kind of express some of the stuff that we have been doing for a very, very long time and put them in a cultural context so that it empowers us and pushes us towards greatness. So family, I want to raise my glass to this moment, which belongs to you, right? In this moment, either you're making history or you're wasting time. Choose wisely, because your future generations will either be there to award you for pushing forward so that they can have space and time, or you will be erased. Or we will be erased from history. They'll be naming cars after us and buildings. Remember that not so great people? You know what I'm saying? I don't want a Jeep named after us. You understand what I'm saying? That's how in the Western world they salute their enemies after they conquered them. They name shit after you and talk about how great you were and how honorable of an enemy you were, and you know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm going to be a burr on you, a spur in your side from now until eternity. If we have to battle for all eternity, I want to make sure that when I reincarnate, I'm coming back and coming back smarter, stronger, and faster. Right? So I'm making sure I handle my business in this moment. So I raise my glass to this moment, and I say, from there, family, move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We are toasting our future generations, right? For the greatness that they're going to do. We lift up our glass, and with that, we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Very simple journey. From our children, we move to all of our relations. We lift up our glass and we salute. From all of our relations, family, we go to that selfish toast. This is for you. For those of you that's doing the work. What do you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? We're going to call all the forces together right now. And the energy is floating around you. It's always been floating around you, but right now you're conscious of it. What is it that you need? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, it's a very simple jump. From there, from that selfish toast, we move to our tribe, our group, our team. Lift up your team, family. Who your team? Who your tribe? Who you building with? And if not, you need to find you a crew. Because this is not an individual endeavor. You could do some things by yourself, but some shit we gotta tribe up. Lifting up our glass. Brother Kwame say we can usurp control over the month next by naming them for the first 12 numbers of one of our African language. Chui, Kiswahili. Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Conquer territory. You know what I'm saying? I like to leave stuff for other people. You know what I'm saying? I done added mine for the next 5-10 years. Somebody else need to go. You throw that out there and I'll go and support it. You know what I'm saying? Lifting up our glass. Lifting up our glass. We salute your tribe. My tribe's Gye-Nyame. I'm throwing it up. I say. From there, last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most wonderful, most uplifting, outstanding, bravest, and the wisest individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you, and with that we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, family. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put on my little children's book, and I didn't publish this children's book because it's about 4 pages. And I'd be kind of embarrassed for a child to look at my book. And then on top of that, it was very hard to find artists. I paid money for this shit. It's very hard to find artists to understand that I want all black children for my book. And I want them to be able to catch the idea. So I need an artist that can catch the idea of what I want for this children's book. Now this one is called Chocolates. This is a poem that I wrote years ago. I'm going to let it play for a minute so I can get the call lines open. It don't sound like my kids is upstairs doing the schoolwork they're supposed to be doing, so I want to make sure they get handled because they got to check in by 9 a.m., and I want to make sure they're where they're supposed to be digitally. Then we will get back and we will have a discussion, so stick with me for a second. Here you go.
Stop! Yo! Something tells me to kill him dead up in this piece. Angry frustrations I shall release, cause I'm about to let loose the beast. Ha! Hear ye, all you asshole MCs. It's time to throw a party for it's the doomsday. If your leader, Captain Ass Crack. If you want protection, play the rear. No man.
This one's for you. I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you.
Mr. Diddy.
Let me start at the beginning. Way before the ratchetness, before they raped our women. Way black. Black in the time, a woman can't come from a man, so she birthed mankind. Through that holy yoni in between her legs, divine. You can't see it from this angle with the Eurocentric mind. You've been trained well, so your future is behind. Take a look around, girl, the truth ain't hard to find. See that white standard of beauty got you bleaching your mind. For 400 years they said you was ugly, but you're fine. Shit, more than fine. Got a beauty they can't match even. Brains too strong and wise like Queen Sheba. Most can't deal with your strength, that's why they still beat ya. Took you out the Holy Trinity, but still need ya. Back to black consciousness is where I'm trying to see ya. I'm a Tsar, you're a set, on the throne is where I keep ya. Black woman. Most of us think your position is minuscule. Cook, clean, serve, all you was put here to do. Not realizing these qualities were put into you. Cause your leadership skills are natural. Don't believe me, Queen Nzinga led the war against them crackers, fool. My people sleep, so I teach, that's what a master do. Grew up with visions of chauvinistic theatricals. Now it's my mission to grab the culture and get back to you. So we can show the seeds what it is they have to do. Break the chains, runaway slave, they coming after you. Keep the men and women at odds and take the child too. Make sure she have more than one baby daddy, yeah, that'll do. 400 years later, no savior, they really lynched you. So take a listen, black woman, let me heal you. Any man that breaks you down really fears you. My elder Shabaka say what the women do, the men do. So when you start the revolution, we right here with you. Some swear the black woman ain't shit. I say this queen is everything, even the ratchets. You just forgot who you are. I'ma help you remember. You're the mother of civilization. From the light-skinned hue to those darker than blue. Black woman, I never turn my back on you. You're beautiful without that perm. You're a queen without that weave. Love yourself, cause sister, I love you. Respect yourself, cause sister, I respect you. Apologies to those I disrespected before my mind was free. Let's take it back to go forward like Sankofa. Ride with me. She was here when we was kings, chilling on the throne. Proper placement, utmost respected. Her needs never neglected. Embracing her higher consciousness, the true essence, the procreator. From her I got my best blessing. My life she manifested. I'm forever indebted to her collection. Can't objectify her. She's more than breast and flesh skin. Think not, then you need correction of your perception. I'm talking about the first wonder of the world's possessions. Here for more than cooking and cleaning. Without her, man wouldn't truly experience being. Don't doubt her goddess ability of honing fertility. Just love her and preserve her identity. The black woman, when I see her, something gets into me. Beautiful inspiration like a pyramid. Amazing, brings out the best of me on occasion. They made her forget who she
I'm back. Brother Kwame asked a question, how much you willing to pay for graphics? I don't know. I'm not a graphic designer. I just know when shit sound too high. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how good it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I really want to put a digital as well as a hard copy book out. I mean, because a poem is not really a kid's poem, but I think it would make for, if I could find the right person to do it, I'm quite sure we can negotiate. And if it's too expensive, we can make up some payments before I'm able to push it out. But I'm willing to work. So we need to, all right, cool. Boom. All right. We need to go to the proverb of the day before we get into, my fault. First, let's open up the Uber conference. Yes, baby.
I have specials and I can't see the thing I gave the specials with.
Huh?
I got specials today and I can't see on school pad my thing to get.
Is this no Schoology? You're supposed to go to Schoology.
I meant Schoology. I can't see the thing on Schoology.
All right, bring it down. Let's see what we could find out. Thank you for not just sitting there and staring at the computer. Hey, I would appreciate if you washed your face too. So we opening up the call lines for the fam. And let me go and let people know lines are open. Black line is open. For those that don't know the number, and you might be listening in, the call-in number is 614-556-4535. Once again, the number is 614-556-4535. Show me where it says you got.
It usually says it down here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not down there.
It's not down there today? All right, so right now what we're experiencing is what many people probably are experiencing right now. I have to go on and figure out where my baby is supposed to be as far as checking in. So, did you go to your teacher's class and ask her the question?
I already went. I already checked.
You got stuff that's overdue too that you need to work on today as well. So you got physical education. All right. So you supposed to be in Miss McKenzie's class? That's Group A. You're not Group A. You Group B.
Yeah.
You Group B. You Group A or Group B?
I'm Group B.
All right. Let's find the schedule. Somebody on the line. Who on the line? Come on through.
Brother Kwame.
What's up, Brother Kwame? How you doing?
Doing good. Did Brother King, Brother Kingston have Mackenzie for a minute?
Get out of that. Okay. Oh no, she knew.
Oh, okay.
She knew.
Now, who did he have last year?
His teacher.
Um,
Well, no, Kingston was in Kingston is in 6th grade, so he had several teachers.
the one who was teaching math. He was getting math.
Her name is Miss Harris.
Yeah. So I got to meet her.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm real confused. Sometimes I get confused. Even though I work at the school, I get confused by maybe we need to go to courses. But go ahead, I'm listening, Kwame.
No, I believe it was Miss Harrison who had actually attended the workshop we had with Brother Wakesa.
She might have.
Yeah, I mean, I think she may have been. Taiwan was there for a brief, time, and she may have been, and of course y'all may have been the only ones who attended.
They're very special.
Why you down here?
Because I need help.
You need help with what?
Finding what specials I need for you. Again. Different specials.
All right, so now this is what I need y'all to do. Get on your teacher's Zoom and ask them where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
And then once you know where you're supposed to be, I can look up the Zoom numbers and tell you where you're supposed to be. So don't disrupt the class, but go in, raise your hand on Zoom, and ask the teacher where you need to be at this time.
I can't raise my hand.
All right, well, cool. Then you call in and be respectful. All right. So, but go ahead, Kwame. You called in for a specific reason, or you just want to?
Yeah. So the piece on you're looking for somebody to illustrate your book. So, I was thinking. I mean, the first one who came to mind was Brother Deshaun, who is let me think. Sister Justine, you remember her? She used to bring a lot of brothers and into town, and she and her husband have the restaurant.
No.
Or at least used to. I think I know Navita knows her. But anyway, that's basically, she's Charlotte's cousin and thus family. But her son went through CCAB. And so, you might be able to check with local talent like that on the one hand. I had a friend who's been doing some children's books, and he was saying that he also, is part of the band. And one of the members of his band, now this is in Texas, of course, his wife is a professional illustrator, and he said she did his books with all the justice that he could ever hope for. But, as far as cost and stuff, that's out of my knowledge base.
Well, like I said, I'm willing to pay for what it is. But like I said, if it's too high, I would have to go on and arrange some type of payment.
That's understandable.
You know what I'm saying?
About negotiation.
Right, but what I'm finding out is, like, when I want stuff drawn, because I tried to go through Fiverr, but they couldn't get the gist of the poem, because it's like they couldn't understand.
No, and that's what my friend was saying in terms of how this sister in Texas that he had to do his books. He says she encapsulated all the spirit of what he was trying to convey, and then some.
Right, and I know we got people here can do that.
So basically, it's just a matter of trying to tap into some of these local resources. And hell, of course, we check with the family resources first.
Right.
But also, the brother I can't even speak. The brother at Kent State, with whom, we're doing Kwanzaa with, statewide.
Mm-hmm.
He and his boy is a graphic designer, and he works alongside of him, to do such things. And I think Jill may have been sent some of the stuff, as to, show what kind of stuff that, they've been working with. Because, they produce things, or at least he's been producing things for children, to color in and, and that kind of thing. But yeah, so, these are just ideas to put on the table, things to consider.
Like I said, so if anybody out there have any like local graphic designers, see, because I want to pay somebody for their art, but sometimes
we understand.
Right. Funds are restricted, and people be. I mean, make a come up, but don't make your come up. Hell, I would love to find somebody who want to not only get paid, but also be like, I want credits on the book, so that I go on and put them in on that as well, because I think the book would do well. The poem is, the poem is a metaphor, and the metaphor for Black people is chocolate. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a piece of work that was inspired by Dr. Marianne Williams. Because she put a challenge out to me. Yeah, she put a challenge out to me, and and like, brought it up out of me. Like, hey, you sitting up here playing. Let me see what you could do. I said, okay, all right. And she like, ooh, this is good, Mr. Brown. Hell, that shit got me an A in Dr. Marianne Williams class. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, one of my master teachers. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Word. And I mean, when we dropped Elder Darrell yesterday during his Saba'i, and Elder Alona put me on the spot, that's one of the things I was speaking on in terms of how our people were very metaphorical people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so a lot of the things that gets referenced as spirituality, a lot of times it goes over people's heads, or it gets missed because, and you always hear me refer back to the practical application of our African-centered wisdom. When one can see the practical application of what's being taught, then it allows their minds to, as we say in the Kemetic virtue system, it allows us to assimilate it and then to wield it in a way that benefits us and protects us.
Right. And Kwame, for those that know, the Black Yoda often calls in and talks about the practical, how you said, the practical use of African wisdom. Am I saying it right?
The practical application.
The practical of our see, because a lot of the stuff that we got is super theoretical, and in many cases useless. So we have to find the practical applications of some of this stuff, because it's one thing to be deep, but it's another thing to be deep and useful. We need deep and useful.
Right.
Things that we could assimilate into our lives, and once we start implementing them, we can start seeing the benefits of the practice. Like I constantly tell people, if you are not receiving some value, if you are not receiving some power, something from the daily toast, You know what I'm saying? Stop. You know what I'm saying? Because you become cynical in it, and then you become a detriment to it. I need people who are receiving benefits from getting up in the morning or whenever we get up and do it and toasting the ancestors on a daily basis. Every day, their names are flowing out of our mouths in some form or fashion. Every day.
That's right.
You should be receiving some type of benefits. Some type of benefit. If not, chop it down and cast it in the fire. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, I've been receiving massive benefits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed in a whole lot of ways. I still have issues, but I have also been able to receive blessings from doing this. But practical application. But and I see you. Shouts out to Mama Margarita. She say she want to invest in the children's book. Mama Margarita trying to flip her dough.
No, but Mama Margarita, she big support like that.
Yes, she is.
A shout out to love to her. Muchas gracias, mi mamacita.
There you go, flirting and shit. Where's Charlotte at? Charlotte, get your man.
Charlotte in class.
Oh, Lord. Watch out, world. Watch out, world. So the proverb for the day, because now I'm going to show you how this works. So we got the proverb of the day. So in the African Opening Tree of Life, there's enough proverbs to keep you busy for a majority of a year, actually for a lifetime. Because I've been using this book for over 30 years. Terry Hauser has formulated it into a workbook where you can answer basic questions and basically track your growth and your understanding and sometimes your confusion about these proverbs and finding a practical application for each one. So today we are on chapter 1, Proverb 41. It says, sin is really limitation, say the knowledge holders. It is unwholeness, separation from the first source, which is full presence of knowledge, power, place, and time, say the knowledge holders. I'm going to read that one more time because right now it's not for discussion as a group. It's for individual contemplation. We want you to ruminate on this. Sin is really limitation, say the knowledge holders. It is unwholeness, separation from the first source, which is full presence of knowledge, power, place, and time, say the knowledge holders. Wow.
I'm going to abstract that for a moment. So, Hatem, what do you guys call it, when you go to the range and you shoot, but you keep missing the mark to the left? What do you call that?
You a bad shooter. I don't go to the range all that much, but
we're the Vita where we
right.
We're,
you know what I'm saying? But you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust your shot, your sight. You adjust your sight so that you can adjust for you leaning towards the left, but also it could also be your breathing as well. But
so what I do is I relate that to statistics. In other words, if bad information goes in, then bad information is going to come out. So that something's off where you keep missing, let's say, to the left of the target. Now, you're accurate because you keep missing to the left.
Yeah. Right.
But you're missing the target. Now, what I'm talking about is, see, I could use that to relate the idea of statistics. As far as, again, if you collect bad data, then those are the kind of results you may get at best. And so, and then just to bring it home real quick, you know, when I used to do a lot of Judeo-Christian study kind of stuff, I don't know where the word sin came from. However, that's basically what it meant, to fall short of the mark.
I say, who? Somebody else is on the call. Who on the call?
You need to be able to control that. People just sitting there on the call waiting to talk. You need to be able to figure out how to control that.
Why you come on starting shit early in the morning? He always been like that, man. Early in the morning.
Anybody could be eavesdropping on your call right now.
Well, I mean, we already know people eavesdropping. I mean, we broadcasting all over the world. We want people to eavesdrop. Speaking of that,
as soon as I start talking Christian stuff, though, see, they'll just be like, "Oh hell, they ain't about nothing." Move.
Damn.
But hold on, those are the ones that I want to move on. I want the ones that are able to sit down and listen to the wisdom, regardless of where it come from. See, because that's part of the issue with us. We get pigeonholed into believing that there's only one way, only one word, when there's many different ways to make it to the top of the mountain. We just have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm like that sometimes too. And I miss out on that wisdom. And that's my piece. Matter of fact, sin is really limitation. I'm showing my limitation at that point in time. If what we're talking about is too much for you, by all means, take your ass somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But welcome, good morning to Brother Rashid.
Good morning.
So, Kwame, were you done with your statement?
Yes.
Brother Rashid, you called in early this morning. What's cracking? What's crack-a-lacking?
I was listening to the Daily Toast, and I actually linked your. I had a watch party attached to your Daily Toast this morning, and so I was having to explain to the people from my page that what was going on, catch them up, get them up to speed. And then I thought about something, because you were saying something earlier about if you're not getting anything from this, then move on, right?
Yes, sir.
And we've been talking about different religions and stuff like that. And I want to just put something out there, because everything that you just talked about, even before you start the actual podcast, the Gye-Nyame journey is not a choice. It's like in Islam when they say everybody submits to the will of God. Trees, debris, everything is submitting to the will of God. The Gye-Nyame journey is the same type of thing. You might not know you on the Gye-Nyame journey at this moment in your life, right? Because I've experienced this in my own personal life. You might not know that you're on the Gye-Nyame journey, but once you align your path with it and the tools are presented to you for you to excel on your journey, then that's when you come closer in tune with the purpose. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a great commercial.
Absolutely.
That's a great commercial.
Now, the perspective I come from, saying the same thing as you, Brother Rashid, is that it doesn't matter if you know about what's referred to as gravity. Your ass will follow that law.
That's right. It's the same principle. You don't make your heart beat. You don't make your heart beat when you get up in the morning. It's not like you get up in the morning and be like, let me start my heart up.
Yeah.
Nah, because a lot of people would forget.
What happened? I forgot to start my heart. Hold on. Man. Damn.
Brother be all blue.
Yeah. So
what's wrong with you? I forgot something. I just can't put it to. Oh, my heart. Damn.
Yeah,
my heart.
my heart. Let me get my blood circulating this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah. So if we present this to the people like you on the journey, you just don't know it. Like I remember, I had just got to L.A. right on one of my journeys west. I was staying at this little wretched hotel until I could make contact with guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember walking to the store to get me something, and I passed this chick who, in my mind, I ain't gonna lie, she looked like a prostitute. So I was leaving the store. I was like, man, let me grab a sip of water, man. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed one of the Fiji waters with the flowers on the front of it, real, the real pretty bottles of water and shit. I was like, yeah, give her a flower and some water. Drink some water. So I walked back to her and I handed her water and I say, she said, thank you. I said, yeah, man. I said, you get thirsty out here on the track. And she gets mad and says,
you ain't say that shit. You ain't say that.
Yeah, I did. I said, it gets thirsty out here on the track. And she gets angry at me and says, I ain't no prostitute. And I said, we all on the track, sis. So I say that to say, man, listen, either you're pimping or you're hoeing. That's what this shit boils down to right now. Right now, either you're being manipulated or you're moving and shaking as you want to. The life that we live in right now, the only way people are going to break the shackles.
Career education, 9 o'clock. You late? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got to take care of that. Take care of the baby real quick.
Oh, she's straight. Go. Yeah, but she late.
I know she late. I watched the whole thing go down.
Yeah, they be playing. They be playing on my how you say it, sentimentality. But I will whoop her ass. But go ahead.
About not logging in on time. Damn, you listen, man. What kind of message are we sending? He said I will whoop their ass.
Oh yeah,
not logging in on time.
Not logging in on time. Hey man, hey, listen.
What kind of indoctrinating shit is that,
man? When you got all the tools to do what you was assigned to do, is one of two things: either you truly don't understand, or you just don't want to do it. Now, at my house, my children's job at this point in time is just going and getting an education. Even though we might not agree with everything that's going on there, it's still some study, it's still some stuff that you need to be able to do. Now, consequences, consequences we could give, you know what I'm saying, are the consequences we could give. Now, I could take stuff, but my kids have evolved to a point where they look like that ain't shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? I can make them sit in their room. Okay, cool. Now I'll sit here and meditate, nigga. What you gonna do? They my kids. They my kids.
Yeah. You know what? Guess what? That sounds like terrorism too.
It is. No, it's trauma.
Yeah, like when you capture somebody and you water like that.
Yeah. It's torture. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me you think school is not torture? I mean,
that's what I mean.
There is
like you like leading us to the slaughter.
Well, we talk about controlled trauma
all the time.
Rites of passage.
Right.
But speaking of that, tell Brother Cleve he owed Gye-Nyame $10.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I'll get you that money right away. Cause he sure, hey. You now see, you ain't saying nothing about that being terrorism, Brother Rashid.
How old is Cleve now?
Cleve is 15.
Are you serious?
He had an assignment.
And he's a full functioning member.
He's a full functioning member. The only thing that the young people don't have to do is pay dues because they can't afford it at this point in time. But there was an assignment.
You're so soft. You're so soft.
Yeah,
listen,
now, yeah.
Listen. You can pay dues in something besides money. You can pay dues in some service.
Oh, it's time out.
You should be setting the children up.
I don't want him to think that all this shit he doing is dues. I want him to understand that we run on money. You know what I'm saying? You can do all the service. We did a lot of service out there in those streets, dog. We still had to eat. I'm just saying. Rent man ain't taking no service. You know what I'm saying? That cell phone that he using ain't taking no service. It's taking currency that you exchange for value you either create for yourself or value that you create within another organization, and that value is exchanged in currency. So, dudes, huh?
That's funny you say that, because I was sitting there like, why are you so drawn to the Gye-Nyame journey at this point in your life? And I was asking myself that question this morning, right? I was like, there's times when you've been on the path, and there's other times when you've been on your own path, but you was always right
You was
there.
never on your own path, nigga. You just didn't know it. But go ahead. I'm very manipulative. You was on the path when you didn't even know you was on the path. Go ahead.
Right. So, but all paths lead back to Gye-Nyame though. So it doesn't matter what path I was on if all of them lead here anyway. So I asked myself, well, why you feel so drawn right now? And then I answered my own question. I was like, because just like the original teachings that I was taught is reach in for what you plan on putting back. If you want a big chunk of this, then be willing to bring us a big chunk.
You know what? You might have been the only one. You might be the only one that caught that shit. You know that, right?
That's impossible.
No, but remember what you said about, the tools that you're giving out there, because you were saying that, as far as when you're given tools, you know what to do. You either know what to do with them and don't use them. Or what was the other one?
I'll be on the spur, man.
Or you just don't know you just don't know how to use them, or you know how to use them and just refuse to do so.
Right.
But going back to what Brother Rashid was saying, in terms of, again, another one of those, when I was studying the Judeo-Christian wisdom, as it were. Now, many of us are familiar with the idea that, how's the phrase that, about straying away from the path. See, part of it is that because when I look at it in its Hebrew origin, I found that the way the Bible phrases it isn't correct. The idea is that you can stray away from the path, but the path will not be far from you. So in other words, when you know something, it's not like you just up and forget it. You can choose to turn your head away from it. You can choose to turn your body away from it. But it's always going to be there.
You can't unknow it once you know it.
Exactly.
Keep it going. Somebody ring the doorbell. Let me go, because I don't want my kids up here answering the door. Keep on going.
No, I feel what you're saying, Brother Kwame. And the thing is that once the veil has been lifted from your eyes and that third eye open, right? You can choose to cloud it with whatever you want to: drugs, alcohol, bad judgment, horrible decisions. But at the end, the one thing that it teaches you is that everything you're looking for is right inside of you. So all you got to do is catch a glimpse of your reflection.
That's right.
And it'll bring you back to self. See, that's what we dealing with. People. They have these movies and these TV shows about the undead for a reason. You can be a zombie. What makes you a zombie? When the brain stops working and the body's still functioning?
Right.
Okay, so would it be right to say that we got folks out here that's walking around the same way?
Very much so. But okay. Let me back up a little bit. How you define zombie? I'm sorry, bro. That's out of my understanding. I know the people are dead somehow, but
Yeah, how are they still functioning?
Right.
Okay,
that's the mystery, because you bring up an interesting question, because their brain isn't fully functioning, but something's functioning enough that their bodies are still walking.
Wow.
And it looked like they, and it seemed like they want to eat on people and, stuff like that. And so something's working, but that the brain isn't fully engaged in some way. So,
and they move slow. Them zombies never run. They always move slow.
Right.
They always walk
deliberate.
They always chilling. They always chilling. They chill.
They always walk with their hands out. Come on now. You say zombies feed off of other people, the living flesh of others.
Right.
And you gonna tell me we don't got modern day zombies?
Ain't nobody said that. Ain't nobody Gye-Nyame denying the fact about modern day zombies, man. We understand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why we telling people to tribe up. Yeah, you know what it was? It wasn't a damn doorbell. It was that goddamn Zoom. That bell was loud as hell. I had to go upstairs and be like, who is knocking on my door this early on an Umoja morning? The hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, make sure, I don't want to make sure no Jehovah Witnesses come in and take my children hostage.
You need to talk to me?
But you get a minute, let's go and take a look at that house.
Okay, I got him at 5.
So,
okay.
All right, but Rashid is handling the business on the side and shit.
No, I'm fine. This is my daily ritual. This has become a part of my daily ritual. I got you that. This is a part of my daily ritual. I got to deal with my father-in-law, 75 years old, and still quite active.
That's beautiful.
Still quite active. He's a pure inspiration to me. I mean, pure inspiration to me. He get up, man. Listen, man. I'm talking about dude. Man, listen, man. He be up at the crack, garden, boat. Just you know what I'm saying. So whenever he asks me anything, I stop what I'm doing because that's how it's supposed to go. So you know what? We talk about so much stuff that's going on right now, and how that's crazy. Because that just made me think about somebody bringing it to my understanding that we the elders now, and I was like, what? How did we become the elders, right? And then I thought about the people that we used to go talk to and how old they were when we would go talk to them.
Ain't that crazy? I mean,
they were our age.
Right. Or going to events and shit, and the ones that was presiding over it. Like a couple of years ago, I had to think about it because, I'm still involved with an organization called Simba, and when Simba was started, I'm older now, but when I realized, I said, damn, I'm the same age that Baba and Gaylord were when they first came together to start this shit. And when we formed MAC, now Dr. Kelsey is older than all the elders here. So he was an elder then, but I am the same age that Nomo was when Nomo was talking to us. The shit blows my mind. It blows my mind.
We'll go get the address. Yeah, so
another thing crossed my mind, brother Rashid and Hatib. So for us, does it make much difference between a zombie
or
a cannibal? A zombie or a cannibal?
I was sitting here when you left.
Hold on. Brother Rashid is handling business.
I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Listen, somebody told me that multitasking was actually a bad thing. Listen to this. Somebody told me multitasking. All my life, I was taught to multitask.
Right. Oh, I got one for you on that. I got one for you on that.
Somebody blew my mind one day and said, multitasking is a Western philosophy that they try to teach you to adopt. And he said, let me ask you a question. When you multitasking, is everything being taken care of like it's supposed to be? And I was like, well, no, not really. He was like, exactly. He was like, so focusing on one task at a time might be beneficial to some people who don't know how to multitask but have been forced to try to accept that ideology. Like, if you don't know how to multitask, there's something wrong with you. So I've been unlearning multitasking, but it's hard, you know.
Oh, it's very hard. It's very hard.
No, I feel you.
Because you know one of the things we got to understand where multitasking come from in our culture, and the whole, because like this whole lazy thing that a lot of us deal with our children and with ourselves, and feeling guilty when we're not getting as much done as we need to. I was reading or listening to a book called From Here to Equality by Sunny Darity. And he started going down some of the black codes, and it hit me that one of the reasons that the so-called being lazy was punishable by hands-on discipline was because if you did not stay busy as a black man, especially, that would give them a legal reason to come in and snatch your ass up and put you back in slavery. So we have always taught our young people, especially young boys, you got to be doing something. You got to stay involved. You got to keep moving, because it comes from the black codes and Jim Crow, where if they needed labor, they could ride around the neighborhood, and if you were gathered and if you weren't looking busy, it was called vagrancy, and vagrancy was against the law. So that means that if you was just walking to the store, you know what I'm saying? If there was a store, if you was walking to the store and didn't look busy enough, they could pick you up for vagrancy. And because you ain't got no lawyers, because you ain't got no rights, they will be able to take your ass off. And many of us have people in our family that may have disappeared because their ass was snatched up and put into back into slavery, which is legal in prisons for vagrancy.
That's funny that you just brought that up, because I was talking to somebody. You know, that's how they built the State House downtown in Barton High, right?
Yeah, I mean, you told me that.
Yeah, that was they the first thing they built was the Ohio Penitentiary, which is now the Arena District, right? The first thing they built was the Ohio Penitentiary.
Is that what the Ohio Penitentiary was?
The Arena District. Come on, you don't remember that?
I mean, come on, dog. We smoked a lot of weed back then when it was. But go ahead.
Okay, well, they still have the atrium sitting down there as a tribute to it. But anyway, so what they did was post-slavery. You know, a lot of the brothers came north, and a lot of the brothers was Masons. And so, if they caught you out at night, bruh, your ass was going to the OP, and not 2 years later, after they opened the OP, they started construction on the State House. So every time they be marching down to the State House, I'd be like, you be marching down to a monument of our peoples. And then look at the State House. Look at it. Next time you're downtown, look at the State House. Look at that. Look at that work. That's all our people.
Yes, indeed.
Hello.
But yeah, we here. But Brother Kwame, you had a point prior to, because we jumped off onto something else, but you was talking, you was gonna take us down another rabbit hole.
Oh, my bad.
No, you cool.
No, I was saying for our consideration as black people, does it make a difference if a person is a cannibal or a zombie?
Oh, we back on that. Yeah, I had something to go with that.
Well,
go ahead.
Rock with it. No, go ahead.
Well, you know what? Let's see. I always go here because I be feeling like what I bring to the journey is my life experiences, and part of those life experiences were like 5 years. I was a cab driver, and you might say, "So what?" I know you wouldn't, but somebody listening might. But cab drivers. A true cab driver knows the pulse of the city that he's living in. He knows where the money's at. He knows if somebody jump in the cab and say, "Hey man, can you give me a prostitute?" Hey, he knows where that is at. A cab driver, and listen, man, he knows how to keep people out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't want to go down there, man. I think you got the wrong address. You know what I'm saying? A cab driver,
right,
is the second most dangerous job in the world. So I had to be on point, and I had to know the pulse of the city, and I had to know where the money was at. And so I learned how my city moved and flowed, and I know for a fact that we have zombies. I know for a fact that there are people walking around where their brain is not functioning, and in some way, shape, or form, metaphorically or physically, they are parasites living off the flesh of the living.
Now, but the question he asked was, what's more dangerous for our people? Zombies?
No. He interpreted it exactly correctly.
Well, okay, I
Both
heard
of
him wrong.
them feed off of us.
No, but I think
there you go.
But I'm just
That's
saying,
right, that's right.
there's a crucial difference between a zombie and a cannibal.
A cannibal is living.
A cannibal is living, planning, and plotting.
Yes.
A zombie won't run after you. They'll just overtake you by mass and just basically corner your ass into a spot by luck. You know what I'm saying? They'll just walk and walk and walk until they. But a cannibal is more dangerous because a cannibal is alive, and it knows that it wants to eat you, and it knows how. It probably knows the terrain, and it knows where to get you trapped. A cannibal is conscious in what they're doing.
So it's more predatory.
Yes.
Consciously predatory.
Yes. And I think that's a whole lot more dangerous. Because you could be in a totally strange environment with a zombie and be able to kill about 10 of them motherfuckers. But if you fall into a cannibal's territory, dog.
One thing that I noticed about both groups though is this right here. They both have tribes.
hey,
right?
So I guess you never saw my commercials, right? You see my commercial? I say
a group of geese is called a gaggle.
Right.
A group of lions is called a den.
No, it's not.
It's called a pack.
It's called a pride.
A pride. Right. Okay. So what is a group of zombies called? See what I'm saying?
What?
See what I'm saying?
Hungry.
Hey, that's see, look where we go when we get there. Okay, and we just identified what they got to eat, right?
Right.
It has to be organic flesh.
Organic, and it has to be alive as well.
I think organic and alive are basically the same thing.
Well, if it's dead for okay, all right, smart ass. But all right,
So don't just hit me up. Because I cruise Facebook a lot, and I be listening to and watching people's posts daily and stuff. I realize that the reason it's so popular is that people feed off of other people's miseries. Is that? Yeah, and that's where I was leading this. Huh?
I mean, I said say that, man.
Well, because that's where I was leading with this whole conversation, right? They brain dead because they connected to the device and their whole life is centered around it. And then they feeding off the flesh of other people's misery vicariously through the internet, man. I'm telling you, the most popular videos are people getting fucked up, man.
Right.
Are you riding a motorcycle or something? What the hell is all that noise back there?
That's not me.
That's probably me.
Oh, you walking this morning? You getting your walk in?
No. I gotta wait till it warms up a little bit.
Okay.
You at the airport.
You and your squirrel gonna go for is your squirrel, you gonna take your squirrel with you?
Yeah, I gotta take my squirrel out.
But, hey, but now this is what I wanted to say because you ain't in my commercial. I asked the question: what is a wolf without his pack? What is a lion without his pride? You said a group of geese. What are all these things without their group?
Each other, right? What are they?
Right. What are they? And on the answer that I come to at the end is very simply pray. Huh? Go ahead.
That's not necessarily true, because
man, don't you be dogging my commercial. Go ahead.
Listen to me, because grizzly bears,
they don't run in groups.
And they not prey neither. They have no known enemies except for man.
The only reason that they are not running in groups is because they grow big enough not to run in a goddamn group. And go ahead.
So you saying lions? So you saying lions don't have that same?
Actually, well, you got me there. I can't stand when you smart niggas come on my show just shattering my little arguments. I got to think about stuff. Now I can't just throw shit out. But anyway.
No, actually, that's what it led us to another understanding. If you big and bad enough to walk alone.
That's right.
You don't need a group.
You don't need a group. Okay?
You don't need a group. A bear is I'm gonna say a bear may be an outlier in this. At least, especially the big ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's natural for animals. Well, the bear would prove that wrong. So, but a lot of animals group up for survival. That's what we do. But when you are out there by yourself and there's predators, you know what I'm saying? You become prey. Because even bears, they fall prey to us.
I said they only got one enemy known on the earth is man. They eat everything. Grizzly bears eat everything with the exception of gravel. And I can't think of the other thing. There's only two things they don't eat. They climb trees faster than they run.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, this came out of a debate me and a person had about, he bumped into me and I said, hey man, you need to watch where you walking. And he said, how you going to tell an untamed gorilla to watch where he walking? And I said, because I'm a grizzly. And so this started a whole debate about whether a gorilla could whoop a grizzly, right? So once I presented him with that,
one thing, both of you were speaking in metaphor.
Exactly. But the funny part was it opened up a whole thing. Then we was going to the library, picking up books and stuff like that.
Right.
It didn't turn into nothing. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? We was able to, really do something with it. So once I presented with the evidence, it was unrefutable. He was like, okay.
Look, this is just an idea, but look, bro, if you can do a skit or something like that for our baby, just for a little educational piece, kind of story time thing.
Right.
Wow.
As a lead into our Kwanzaa celebration,
Okay. I'm actually working on a children's book right now called Mommy Meet Daddy.
Called what?
Mommy Meet Daddy.
Mommy Meet Daddy or Mommy Beat Daddy?
No, Mommy Meet Daddy.
Okay.
My son, one time, a long time ago, my son introduced me to his mama like he didn't associate us with each other. And it saddened me. And it saddened me, right? But he was so kind and so sweet that he wanted us to know each other. Like, Mommy, this is Daddy. Daddy, this is Mommy.
I think y'all would be nice together.
No, that's what I told him. That's what I told him.
So deep.
It is. And he was like a little when he said it. I was like, whoa, that shit hit my soul, bro. I was like, damn, bro, I got to work on that. I got to work on letting him understand that me and his mama got, because at the time our relationship, man, was not good at all. And I was just picking him up, you know what I mean? And he grabbed my hand. He grabbed my hand and grabbed her hand. He was like, Mommy, this is Daddy. Mommy, meet Daddy. So I always said I was going to write a book about that because there's some kids out here that's
in that predicament. Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's too bad you dropped that shit on Gye-Nyame Journey because I already start writing.
How you gonna write about experience that you ain't go through?
Nigga, Just like you tell stories about shit you ain't go through. What you talking about?
I don't usually talk about shit I don't know about. That's a Taurus thing.
Time
That's why
out.
we like to know about.
Time
that's why
out.
we like to know about a lot of shit. That's why we like to know about a lot of shit so we can talk.
Before any of the Gye-Nyame or Underground or Max had issues about children, I had already been there. So what you talking about?
Oh shit. I gotta check myself. Ashe. I gotta check myself.
So that experience that you talking about ain't that far from my life.
From reality.
Right.
You're right. Mommy meet daddy. He put her first. Ain't that some shit?
Well, you usually got to put, you don't shit where you eat. You usually got to put where you eat first.
Hey, that's funny because when my children are acting up and I got to go talk to them because that's the only time their mamas call me. They don't call me when they running touchdowns. They call me when they acting up. So that's usually how I remind them, like, hey, I know you're not going to disrespect your mama, of all people. Of all people. That usually gets me in their good graces for about 5 minutes, too, so.
That's enough time to make another baby. But on to...
You're right about that.
On to...
Brother Cormier is chuckling. He's just chuckling.
All right, so family, if you...
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was a good comeback. All right, I'm telling on myself. All right, so on the screen, so it was a while ago, we did the first ebook far as Terra House of putting together the African Openness to the Tree of Life into let me go back to the beginning. African Deep Thought Workbook. So now we got another ebook that's coming out called the 21 Day Nguzo Saba Challenge. And this book is for anybody coming into the journey or in a sense affiliated with the journey that want to take a challenge to change their life. It comes with the full instruction and you get the flip book as well as the ebook. This one is not done yet. So I'm just showing you this. So each day you come and you're able to, on the writable PDF, write down the challenge. So I would suggest that the challenge be the same throughout the 21 days as you'll read up here in the instructions. And then you go through each day and lay out what it was that you were supposed to be working on that day. Umoja date. You know what I'm saying? What is it boom, 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 folktale of the day. You got a folktale of the day, right? It should be a folktale of the week. I'll go and change that. Proverb of focus. I should put folktale of focus because we got a folktale per week. We got a proverb of the day. And we got a lesson from this day. He spelled that wrong, so I'm going to go in there and make sure he correct that. Yeah, he going to have to go and correct that shit. All right, but this is just the initial piece. Then you got, did you attend a daily toast, cold shower, workout, warrior diet, and you are able to put all this stuff in there, and it's instructions. And we're going to work through it because I have to master a certain issue that I have. I won't put it up here yet, but I'll probably go through it after it's done. We're going to work through it as a fam and build on it. Also, family, I wanted y'all to know that we do have our own social media. All you got to do is go to gnj.media. You can see the show is up. All you got to do is click play. If you want to know, if you want to watch it on Facebook, if you want to watch it on YouTube or Twitch, all the choices are up there. Well, most of the choices, they're saying I'm currently offline. They're drastically lying. I don't understand. But we will be having our own streaming piece there. But you could go and join Gye-Nyame Journey and join our social network on just by clicking Tribe. I'm going to click Tribe for you. Don't want it. My password is up there. But we got all this, and you can just click sign up and sign in. Now, some people been having problems, so I'm going to go through and get with Dentista and figure out what's going on. But the issue is we have our own space, our own territory where we could do our thing. Let me see. Somebody fell off. Who fell off? Who's still here?
I'm still here, Kwame.
All right, Brother Kwame is still here. So, family, we got news.
While you doing news, bro, I'm going to beg off here because I got to get to work, but I'm listening.
Yes, sir. All right. Peace, fam. All right, so family, our stock, they say that we are on a rapid decline, but they say in the last 28 days we reached 4,299 people, which is not a downfall, bad fall. It say it went down 76%. So we have to have Kwame back on the line to tell us that if we are down in 28 days and we're down to 4,299 and we're down 76%, how much would it be if we was at 0% and then we was just static? That got to be a high-ass number. We're doing good. Post-engagement, 2,051. They say we're down 65%. Family, we doing gangbusters. Page likes 30 in the last 28 days. But, of course, if we go to the different numbers, let's go and look at the different numbers. Let's look at the last 7 days. Everything is still down. But in the last 7 days, we still got 3 page likes, which they say is down 57%. We could figure that out if we want to. Post engagements, 398. They say that's down 13%. This is in the last 7 days. So stuff we've been posting, people been seeing. So anybody, y'all got stuff y'all want to advertise or whatever on the journey, you know what I'm saying? You got good things that you want to post up, go on post up. You know what I'm saying? If it's inappropriate, we'll take it down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or block you if it's crazy or something like that. Or call you and make a deal if you're going to be posting up there and making some money. Anyway, people reached 1,076 in the last 7 days. That's head and shoulders above where we were. Let's go to the one day, yesterday, just yesterday. All right. We had 0 page likes. So there's no change. We're cool. All right. Post engagement, 76 people. They said that's up 1%. People reached 154, and they said that's 18% up. In one day, 154 people reached. That means there's 154 people that will stop and check out what we're doing on the journey, family. We are growing. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you come over to gnj.media so we're going to start our own shit. All right? We need to start our own. All right. The census is on the verge of disaster. With the pandemic and stuff, you're going to check that article out. I posted that up. Pfizer coronavirus vaccine could be given to Americans before the end of the year. I'm just wondering why that baby look kind of brown there. You know what I'm saying? There's been enough experiments on us. I'm going to wait. This is from CNBC.com. You can check that out. LA Times, Chinese military calls U.S. biggest threat to world peace. What? You know, rhetoric is kind of heating up between China and the U.S., family. We might be on the verge of a cold or a hot war pretty soon. China talking shit. Let's see how the Great Pumpkin handle this. Oh, here you go, Great Pumpkin. Trump suggests he would negotiate a third term as president because he's probably entitled to it. I ain't got shit to say on that one. Trump, win the next election first, friend. You talking about a third term. Motherfucker, how old is... Let me stop. Try to hold on to power forever. Latest results on peanut allergy treatment are in, and they're super promising. So they might be able to eliminate science alert. So it's good news for those who are allergic to peanuts, but like peanuts. I posted it up because I'm finding out there's a lot of people in my community that are allergic to peanuts. And, and like I said, part of when I started looking into this microbiome, I started finding out because our microbiomes are out of balance. It makes it easier for us to create or for allergies to arise within us, that if we have been receiving the right nutrients, would have never been a problem in the first place. So I'm kind of saying that some of these peanut allergies and some of these allergies to like almost everyday foods that black folks will have to exist on are a result of the over-processed food that we are eating in our diets. I'm just saying. It's just a thought. The gangsters of the sea ain't taking no more. Scientists left baffled. This from Fox News. Baffled by reports of orca attacks. Carl reports highly unusual. Orcas they having enough. They tired. So they gonna start knocking boats over and shit and killing people. The orcas have had enough. Now let's see if they got white privilege. Is the police gonna not shoot them like they do in Bigfoot? We will see soon. You know what I'm saying? They might have to set up a ocean police department to police the thugs of the sea. Because these motherfuckers is real thugs of the sea. You know what I'm saying? They don't play. You piss off an orca if you want. Them motherfuckers is big. You know what I'm saying? Bears jumping don't want to fuck with an orca. Bears are motherfuckers. You know, a tiger don't want to fuck with an orca in the water. Of course, on land. But, you know, we might have to set up, you know, because these are thugs of the ocean. And they knocking motherfuckers over. They don't, you know, fuck you and that boat. I knock the boat over and eat you. You know what I'm saying? That's, whew, just thinking about it. Just thinking about it. All right, here we go. We had Per Ankh yesterday. Y'all showed up and y'all supported. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully y'all I gotta make my donation. All right. Ben Shapiro, man. Ben Shapiro, I be listening to him, and man, it's like fingers going down the board just listening to this motherfucker sometimes. So I ran across this dude Cody, and Cody goes in on Ben Shapiro every time he get a chance. Not only is it informative, but it's very engaging and very, very funny. So Cody has produced. He consistently produces a product that is entertaining and educating all at the same time. And he puts Ben Shapiro in his place because Ben Shapiro, he said how Ben Shapiro pretends nothing can be done about systematic racism. First off, he said it don't exist. Cody smashes him on that shit. Then he gets put into a corner. And, you know, the way Cody put together his shows, him and his team, his shit is hilarious. I'm just saying. If you get an opportunity, check him out. It's on YouTube. And like I said, subscribe to his channel because he does something else. Attempted lynching in Indiana. I found this article on Democracy Now! On YouTube. Meet the Survivor, human right, and he's the Human Rights Commissioner of Vox, Human Rights Commissioner, and he was camping with some of his white friends, and another group of white people saw him and decided that they wanted to end their weekend festivities or start their weekend festivities with a lynching, and guess what? He was available. So they tried to do what they do. And hopefully, and gratefully, he had individuals that interfered with it long enough so that help could come. But there has been no prosecutions. I don't even know if there's been arrests, but this might be a little bit old, but go and check that out. They got footage of it too. So let's see how we did. All right. 94 people reached, 44 engagements. Wow. 56 views, 15 comments, 2 shares. Thank you, family. Thank you. Chicago passed a call for parents to reject 1619 Project, Slavery, Identity for Children. Now, this is what's coming out about the whole 1619 Project. It paints African Americans as victims. That's what those who would like the project not to be used in the educational curriculum. This is what they say that it does. But I want to challenge you in your thinking about this. I want you to really think about this. What what the 1619 Project give us an opportunity to do is to actually start teaching our children real American history and not American mythology. Of course, we can supplement the education with going into ancient cultures of where black folks come from and shit like that. But I believe that we need to have not only black people, but all people in America, even immigrants coming in, need to have a true look of what made America. And please understand, and we need them to understand what is meant by what is said when they say, let's make America great again. Right? Because the whole piece is that this whole country is built up on the suffering of black people. Now, of course, other people could throw their stuff in. I have no problem with that. But please understand, I'm a black man looking at it from a black perspective. And since my history has been etched out or has been minimized, I want to make sure that everybody that becomes an American citizen, everybody that's in the education system here in America, black, white, brown, yellow, green, purple, blue, I want you to understand the true history of America and how America became truly a world power. And when exactly that happened. I want people to understand the difference between immigration and slavery because that's not being taught. I want people to understand what redlining was and what it did. I want people to understand what Jim Crow was and I want people to understand what black codes were because these are pieces of American history that are not talked about. We talk around them, we hint about them, but we really don't look at the political ramifications of these policies and how not only they was a detriment to our people, but how they benefited the whole American economy. But we have people saying, oh, it makes us look like victims, blah, 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 blah. But the question is, in American history, what have we been? Oh, yes, we had triumphs. But when it comes to American history, what have we been? America has made its come up off our victimhood. And for us being able to put up our chin and to survive almost anything. America has been able to grow off of our suffering, prosper off of our suffering. And I think that everybody needs to have a taste of that. So that when they're looking at other people, because by us grappling with the beginning of this country and grappling with the part of American history that we don't want to cover, what that does is it opens up all of our children to an idea of compassion for others. There is a united piece here. There's something that we all could grow from. And by us being in denial of it, we rob our children of an opportunity to change and rebuild the world into a place where all of us can, where we can finally actually have some goddamn peace. But that's just me. So I'm not going to go through that. These states are voting on cannabis legalization this November, and this could be part of our reparations money. But of course not. You know, they're going to, some of my people still getting hemmed up because they got dirty urine and stuff like that. All right, but family, months after COVID-19 infection, patients report breathing difficulty and fatigue. I mean, I got a lot of them up here, so y'all go and catch up with the news. This is Brother Hot Tim. I need to get up and check up on my babies. Family, I'm going to leave you here.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children, and why you call yourselves the children of the sun?